So, my name is Ted O'Connell. My real name is Edward Albert. I was named after both of my grandfathers, my dad's dad and my mom's dad. My dad's dad was Edward O'Connell, but nobody called him Edward. Everybody called him Okie, which is short for O'Connell. Even his family didn't call him Edward. And my dad, whose name was Paul, desperately wanted me to be named for his dad, Edward. My mom was not a fan of that name. In fact, she argued. She said, hey, nobody calls your dad Edward. No one likes that name. So yes, we can make that his real name, but we're going to call him Teddy. And so in elementary school growing up, I was Teddy O'Connell. And yet when I moved to middle school, I felt I needed a change to be more mature. And so I shortened Teddy to Ted. I've been Ted ever since. Many of you know me as OC, which is a nickname that I got freshman year of high school because that was what my brother was called when he was playing football, OC from O'Connell. And one of my brother's friends was my freshman football coach. So he called me OC, and that stuck. So I've been both Ted or OC ever since. When I moved to the teaching world, I decided, well, Mr. OC sounds a lot better for me than Mr. O'Connell, and it gives me more of that friendly attitude. Anyway, that's the story of my name. How did I come to ISP? As many of you know, I was living in Brazil before, and my wife and I got pregnant, and we're preparing to have a child. We didn't feel like we could live in Brazil as a family with just one salary, so we started looking for jobs in the international teaching world. I was lucky enough to have Vicky email me and say, hey, we're interested. Would you like to talk about working at ISP? I was interested, and I'm super happy to have spent the last 3 years here. How do I feel about school? Well, I love school, and I've always loved school. Ever since the first day of kindergarten, I've loved being a student, and I still love being a student. That's why I'm on my third graduate degree right now. But I don't just love learning, I also love teaching. When I was in third grade, my favorite book series was the Little House on the Prairie series by Laura Ingalls Wilder, in which a young girl grows up to become a teacher. My favorite book series in fifth grade was Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery, in which a young girl grows up to be a teacher. My favorite movie growing up was Dead Poet Society, which is all about teaching poetry in high school. And as everyone knows now, my favorite book series is Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling, which is all about school. And what I especially love about Harry Potter is that school is magic. And that's the way I feel about learning, and that's the way I feel about teaching, that there's a magic involved. Finally, something no one knows about me. Some of you know that I play piano, but while I love school, if I could drop everything and just do one job, I would practice piano for 6 to 8 hours a day, and then I would love to either play in a band or just be the lounge piano singer at a bar, kind of like in Billy Joel's Piano Man video. Something I've always wanted to do. And if I had my druthers, that's what I would do. Thanks.